Let's now welcome on board Suneeta Reddy, Managing Director at Apollo Hospitals. We're going to be chatting soon with her. Lots to talk about from their earnings, of course. And Suneeta, hi, morning. Can you walk us through the headline numbers specifically to start off with? What's been the growth driver for you? Because overall, on a consolidated basis, your revenues are higher by a good 13%.
Consolidated revenues grew 13% to 6,304 crores. More importantly, EBITDA grew to 941 crores. It grew by 15%. Profits grew by 26% to 477 crores. So this is for the consolidated group where you are seeing a growth in profitability by 26%.
Yeah, if you can also take us through the healthcare division, the hospital division especially, how did the revenue grew there? And I know you're looking at some the revenue growth of nearly 9%, but was there an impact of utilization or asset utilization in this segment?
So revenues for healthcare services grew by 9% to 3,169 crores. EBITDA grew by 8% to 781 crores. Profit grew by 13% to 410. In terms of asset utilization and occupancy is one such metric. We registered an occupancy of 69% group wide, and therefore asset utilization has been good.
Right, and Ms. Reddy, just on that note, you spoke about asset utilization, but if you take a look at this metric, it has fallen marginally on a year-to-year basis. If you could help us understand why that has happened?
No, the reason is one is that the average length of stay has come down. So it has come down by about 2%. And this means that, we're actually using our asset much, much more. Our loss is at 3.14. And the second highlight, I think, of this is that average revenue per patient has significantly moved up to 1,62,000. So this is again, something that's ARPPs moved to 1,72,000, which is a 9% growth in ARPP.
Right, and has there been any impact of the GST rate rationalization on your business as well?
So I think there's just a marginal impact because we're passing on the benefit to the patients.
Right. And what about the income tax credit issue? Is it resolved or are you still bearing the burden of that?
No, I think that's still work in progress.
We also understand that from your presentation that there has been a decline in the patients from Bangladesh. What has been the impact because of that?
So there has been a decline, and that has been a 1% impact in volumes. But having said that, now in October, we're back to 60% of the volumes coming back from Bangladesh.
Right, and other than Bangladesh, Ms. Reddy, patients from other geographies, they have increased in the quarter gone by, or if you could give us a sense on how that is shaping up for the month of October?
Well, I think there's a potential to increase. It's totally currently around 5% of revenues, with some units really doing much, much better. Of course, our northern hospitals and Bombay and Hyderabad are really doing much better.
Right. And is that the kind of model that you're also looking at? I mean, looking at the management of the hospital overseas?
Yes, certainly. We are looking at that model. This model is not only about managing, but it creates a funnel into India and I think into our hospitals in India. And I think that is a very valuable funnel.
You do get a lot of patients from overseas. So, are you going to look at creating the funnel across countries where there are more, from where you are seeing a more influx of people coming to Apollo?
Yes, I think we are reorganizing our international strategy. We are setting up more clinics in overseas locations rather than dealing with the middleman. And by doing so, I think the volumes will improve, margins will improve. We're also looking at working with governments to manage certain hospitals overseas. And this, provide a high level of secondary care and primary tertiary care. So the high-end tertiary care will come into one of our hospitals in India.
All right, and lastly, what is the update on the reorganization which is underway? If you could share some latest details over there.
Yeah, so I think we have CIC approval. It will take another 12 months for us to complete.
Okay, Ms. Reddy, on that note, we'll let you go. Thanks so much for your time today.